You clicked on this video because you saw the two bottles in the thumbnail, the age-reversing duo. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will know exactly what is inside them. Every skincare brand is trying to sell you a miracle cream, but chemically speaking, 90% of them cannot even penetrate your skin barrier. If you want to mimic the smoothing effects of Botox without the muscle atrophy, and if you want to restore true bounce to mature, melanin-rich skin, you only need two specific molecules. Today, we are deep diving into the exact science of the only two peptides that actually erase wrinkles and lift your face, completely needle-free. Welcome back, Queens. Welcome back to the Golden Years Archive. If you are new here, this is the place where we do not guess. We do not follow trends, we follow the science. And today, the science is going to change the way you look at your skincare shelf forever. The great skincare lie. Let me ask you something honest. How many creams have you bought over the years that promise to turn back the clock? How many jars said collagen boosting or age defying right there on the label? And how many of them actually delivered what they promised? If your answer is not many, you are not alone. And here's the beautiful part. It was never your fault. There is a rule in biochemistry. It is called the 500 Dalton rule. A Dalton is a unit scientists use to measure the weight of a molecule. And the research is crystal clear. Any molecule larger than 500 Daltons cannot pass through your skin barrier. It physically cannot get inside. The outermost layer of your skin, called the stratum corneum, acts like a very sophisticated security gate. It was designed by nature to keep things out. That is its entire job. Now here is where it gets interesting, beautiful community. Collagen molecules are enormous. We're talking anywhere from 300,000 to over 1 million Daltons. When you apply a collagen cream to your face, that collagen is sitting right there on the surface. It is not going anywhere. It cannot. It is like trying to push a grand piano through a keyhole. The cream may feel luxurious, it may smell wonderful, but biologically, it is doing nothing more than sitting on top of your skin. This is not a small industry secret. This is documented, peer-reviewed science. And yet billions of dollars are spent every single year on creams that the industry knows cannot penetrate your barrier. That is the great skincare lie that this channel was built to dismantle. So what can actually get through that gate? Peptides. Peptides are short chains of amino acids. They are the language your skin cells speak. They are tiny enough, some as small as 200 to 400 Daltons, to slide right past the stratum corneum and speak directly to your living skin cells underneath. And once they are inside, they do not just moisturize. They give instructions. They send signals. They tell your fibroblast, the cells responsible for producing collagen and elastin, exactly what to do. This is not skincare. This is biochemistry. And for our melanin-rich skin at 50 and beyond, understanding this difference is everything. Now let us talk about that first bottle you saw in the thumbnail, the clear serum. This is where things get genuinely remarkable. Inside that bottle is a peptide called Argireline. Its scientific name is acetylhexapeptide 8. 6 amino acids, linked in a very specific sequence. And that sequence is not random. It was engineered to mimic a fragment of a naturally occurring protein in your body called SNAP25. Here is why that matters. When you frown, when you squint, when you smile or concentrate, your brain sends a chemical signal to your facial muscles telling them to contract. That signal is carried by neurotransmitters. And those neurotransmitters work through what scientists call the snare complex. Think of the snare complex as the docking station, the mechanism that allows the signal to fire and the muscle to move. Argireline gently and safely interrupts that docking process. It competes with the natural proteins in the snare complex. When Argireline is present, the signal becomes quieter. The muscle does not receive the full command to contract as forcefully. And over time, the lines that those repeated contractions have carved into your face, the forehead lines, the crow's feet, the lines around your mouth begin to soften. Now I want you to hear the key difference between this and Botox, because this is the part that matters most for our community. Botox, technically botulinum toxin, works by completely blocking nerve signals to the muscle. Fully. Totally. The muscle cannot move. And when a muscle cannot move for months at a time, something called atrophy begins. The muscle shrinks. It loses volume. Over years of repeated Botox use, this atrophy can actually change the structure of your face. That is why some long-term Botox users begin to look different in ways that have nothing to do with wrinkles. Argireline does not block. It modulates. It turns the volume down, not off. The muscle retains its function, its health, and its volume. You are not paralyzed. You are simply relaxed. And for our gorgeous melanin-rich skin, which we always want to keep lifted, full, and structurally strong, this distinction is not just scientific. It is personal. Clinical studies have shown that a 10% concentration of Argireline applied consistently can reduce the depth of expression lines by up to 30% within 30 days. That is not marketing language. That is a peer-reviewed result. And queens, that is the kind of number worth paying attention to. Now we move to the second bottle, the blue one. This is where we go even deeper. Inside that blue serum is something called GHK-Cu, copper peptide. And if Argireline is the one that relaxes the surface, then copper peptide is the one that rebuilds from the inside out. GHK-Cu has been studied since the 1970s. It is one of the most researched peptides in all of dermatology and anti-aging science. And what the research reveals is extraordinary. First, let us talk about what happens to our collagen as we age. When we are young, our collagen fibers are organized. They are smooth, flexible, and perfectly woven together. But as decades pass, a process called cross-linking occurs. Collagen fibers begin to bond to each other in disorganized, rigid ways. This cross-linked collagen is stiff. It does not reflect light the way young collagen does. It does not spring back. And it is one of the primary biological reasons our skin loses that bouncy, luminous quality we associate with youth. Here's what makes copper peptide so remarkable. GHK-Cu has been shown to do something that almost no other topical ingredient can claim. It activates enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, specifically MMP1 and MMP2. These enzymes break down the damaged, cross-linked collagen. They clear it out, and then, simultaneously, GHK-Cu signals your fibroblasts to synthesize new, healthy, youthful collagen in its place. Let me say that again, beautiful community, because it is worth sitting with. Copper peptide does not just add collagen on top of old collagen. It removes the damaged structure and replaces it with something new. That is not a cosmetic change. That is cellular renovation. But GHK-Cu does not stop there. Research has also confirmed that copper peptide is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent. And this is where it becomes especially significant for our melanin-rich skin. When our skin experiences inflammation, whether from sun damage, environmental stress, or even the natural aging process, that inflammation triggers an overproduction of melanin. This is the biological origin of the hyperpigmentation and dark spots that so many of our community members struggle with. Inflammation fires up, melanin responds, and the result is uneven tone and post-inflammatory dark patches. GHK-Cu, by calming that inflammatory response at the cellular level, helps interrupt this cycle. It does not just address wrinkles. It works to protect the evenness, the clarity, and the natural radiance of melanin-rich skin. Our skin is not a liability. It is a treasure, and copper peptide treats it exactly that way. There is more. GHK-Cu has also been shown to increase skin thickness. Mature skin naturally becomes thinner over time, which makes it more fragile, more translucent, and less able to hold moisture. Studies have documented that consistent use of GHK-Cu can increase dermal thickness measurably, restoring some of that structural depth that gives faces their youthful architecture. It also promotes the production of glycosaminoglycans, including hyaluronic acid, naturally, from within your own cells. Not from an external source sitting on the surface, but from your own biological machinery, activated by the signal that copper peptide provides. This is not one ingredient doing one thing. This is one molecule orchestrating a symphony of repair. And for us, for women over 50 with melanin-rich skin who have been overlooked by mainstream skincare for too long, this is the kind of ingredient that was made for us. How to layer the magic. Now let us get practical, because having the right ingredients means nothing if you are not applying them correctly. And this part is simple, I promise. Step 1. Cleanse your face thoroughly. Rinse with lukewarm water, not hot, pat dry gently, and leave your skin just slightly damp. Not soaking wet, just barely moist. That slight dampness helps active ingredients absorb more effectively. Step 2. Apply your Argireline serum first, a few drops. Press it gently into the skin with your fingertips. Do not rub harshly. Press and hold. Let it absorb fully. This usually takes about 60 to 90 seconds. You will know it has absorbed when your skin no longer feels tacky. Step 3. Now apply your copper peptide serum. Again, a few drops. Press it into the skin the same way, gently, patiently. Let it absorb completely before you move on. Step 4. Seal everything in with a rich ceramide-based moisturizer. Ceramides are lipid molecules that reinforce your skin barrier. They lock in everything you have just applied and keep the moisture from escaping overnight. This final step is not optional. It is essential. Think of it as closing and locking the door after your ingredients have entered the house. Now, a very important warning that I will not skip over, because your skin's health is the priority here. Do not use these peptides in the same routine as strong exfoliating acids. This means AHAs, like glycolic acid or lactic acid, and BHAs, like salicylic acid. Acids lower the skin's pH significantly. Peptides are most stable and most effective at a neutral to slightly acidic pH. When you combine them with strong acids, you destabilize the peptide structure and dramatically reduce its effectiveness. Use your exfoliating acids on separate evenings. Similarly, avoid layering copper peptides directly with pure, high-concentration vitamin C, specifically L-ascorbic acid. Copper ions can interact with and oxidize vitamin C, rendering both ingredients less effective. If you love your vitamin C, use it in the morning. Use your peptide duo in the evening. That is the cleanest, most effective protocol. This routine, applied consistently every evening, is where the real transformation happens. Not overnight, but over weeks and then months, as your cells begin to respond to the signals they have been waiting for. Let's bring it all together. Argireline safely relaxes your muscles without the frozen look, and copper peptides rebuild your healthy collagen from within. Formulation is everything, so don't waste money on ineffective products. I've linked the exact, clinically validated serums from the thumbnail in the description and pinned comment below, so you can start your cellular repair tonight. Remember, aging is not fading. It is stepping into your ultimate glow. Have you used peptides before? Drop your city in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.